wonder if it'll happen again. Oh my gosh. Every time. Without fail. One more time for good measure. It's not even, it's no contest. We did it. This is the most damage a rogue can possibly do. And we have 100% success rate on Uber Lilith without Fists of Fate or Penitent Greaves. No uniques for this build. The fight only takes 45 seconds. I'm going to show you the full fight and then we'll get into the build. Like, it's so ridiculous how it just works every single time. It legit works every single time. The stun goes up. And then she melts. Oh my gosh, was that like over 40 million? I've never seen anything like it. They absolutely broke it this season even further. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Wow. Even faster than before. All right, let's look at the gear. So I am pretty confident to say we don't even need these anymore, guys. I mean, they're nice to have if you want to do the stun lock, but the damage is so crazy this season. Let's just go over the gear real quick. We've got Manglers in the helm. This is just purely for our CC. It's really good. It just builds it up quicker. The fight goes by like nothing. Exploiters, this is for crowd control. We're focusing on damage aspects, so this is maximum DPS. Like, I've been running the numbers, and this is just the most DPS that we can get. And it's crazy. Intercom on the gloves, just a bunch of damage aspects. Disobedience on the pants. This gives us a little bit of survivability just so we don't get one shot by the other mechanics in the fight. Noxious Ice. I mean, this is more damage even than Penitent Greaves. It's so strong. Accelerating. This is how we're applying a ton of poison. Here is our amulet. Let me move the camera. Here is the amulet. We've got corruption in the amulet, and we swapped corruption and accelerating just so we can be attacking even quicker. We still have a decent corruption. It was a small change, but ends up just being faster attacks, which are more poison imbuement applications. Dexterity, energy cost reduction, imbuement, and damage. I mean, it was the biggest damage amulet I had, and we're just focusing damage here. Defenses are not needed. The fight is over in under a minute. Bursting Venoms on the ring. Obviously, this is how we are able to constantly spam our poison imbuement. And here we are using the life. We use life instead of resource to deal 21% extra damage. This is a great heart. And then we have the stun heart on our ring with retribution aspect just for more damage. Our rings are resource regen, crit, vulnerable, lucky, and then this one is lucky, crit, vuln, and crit strike damage. Crit strike damage isn't really doing anything for our poison, but it was the only ring I had. So Blade Dancers, obviously, so we can get the orbiting blades, and Ashearas for more and more attack speed. Insane. Combo points, and let's go through the skills. So puncture and fundamental puncture. This is for applying vulnerable. And then we have Twisting Blades, Daze for extra CC, Siphoning Strike to stay alive in the fight, Shadow Step with Methodical for extra stun. We drop Dash because the reason I had Dash on before was sometimes the waves would spawn. The waves never spawn with this build. Also, the second part of the fight, you don't even have to dodge the meteors or the missiles or the stage because, as you saw, the fight just ends right when that first platform spawns. So it's nuts. Smoke Grenade I put on instead of Dash just to build up the CC faster, just to get the stagger in. Once Lilith is staggered, her life is gone. It's over. You saw I swapped to Concealment. So when Lilith does her first stage, she will come up here, and if you use Conceal when she comes onto the screen, and she can't target you, and she will just end the fight right then and there. You don't have to play out the rest of the fight. You can see the entire stage is still intact, and this is probably the fastest Uber kill even possible. So I just swapped really quickly there to put Concealment on at the end, but I was using Smoke Grenade just to build up CC. This is just purely to make the fight go faster. It doesn't really do much else. Extra damage on our Subverting Poison Trap. More damage. Obviously Poison Imbuement, where the majority of our damage is coming from, with Blended Poison Imbue. Max Deadly Venom, 1 point into Chemical Advantage. Precision Imbuement for extra crit. This is for Lucky Hit Chance to help with our Bursting Venoms. This is for Crit Chance to help with Bursting Venoms. And this is just to give us some more attack speed if we ever drop below 50% energy. And this is more and more attack speed. Now this Paragon board I am extremely proud of. I have been working in the Diablo builds DPS tool, and this is from all my testing, and I've been nonstop at it trying to perfect this Paragon board. I think that this Paragon board is the most DPS you can get on a rogue Paragon board. And if anyone else has any thoughts on it, or where I could pick up some more damage, please let me know, because I've been in the lab so long for this and I'd love another set of eyes. But I think that this is the most damage that you can get on a Paragon board. So here we've got damage, picking up some damage here, closer on our first board, and all the dexterity maxed out. Our next board, we are running the Tricks of the Trade board, and we put Bane here. I've only put enough strength in Bane for the chance to double the damage. So I've only put 25 strength in. I'm at 26 strength technically. But we go up here for 32% damage to elites. We pick up the extra damage where we can. Okay, more damage there. Drop down here for a ton of damage to close. I mean, it's the amount of damage that we're doing. It's insane. Then we put on our cheap shot board, and this is important. The order of the next boards, guys, is very important. So we come up here and get crowd control. We come down, get cheap shot, and this isn't obvious in the build planner, so pay attention. We come here down and get a bunch of crowd control damage, and we put in our tracker, pick up all the intelligent nodes, and instead of going up, we do not go up yet, okay? We come here to the right, and this is important because the order in which you put your boards is going to change the requirements for your rare nodes. So we're going to come over here, we're going to grab Lawless, we're going to grab all our strength nodes to boost up our turf. Turf is what we're using on here, a ton of damage to close, and we pick up all of our strength nodes that we can. Here is a ton of core skill damage, which is great. The poison imbuement applied onto our twisting blades, the core skill damage is scaling that very nicely. And then we go up, all right? So here we're going up, and then we get combat. Combat, we only get enough intelligence for the critical strike restoring energy cost on our combat. So that is important because this is what helps us keep our sustain for twisting blades. And this board is exploit weakness board. Oh, and before this was Cunning Stratagem. But next is Exploit Weakness, and we are coming and we are grabbing vulnerable damage. So it was very important that we did this. See, we just make the cutoff for the extra 10% vulnerable damage here, which is really nice damage. We all know how good vulnerable damage is. And we're picking up all the vulnerable damage nodes. And then after that, we're actually coming back here to No Witnesses. And then this is where we're grabbing our exploit. We grab some damage nodes here, and there's a little bit of survivability there, but that's really just to get this last strength node for some more damage. Then we finally make our way to Deadly Ambush. This is a 7 glyph Paragon board. Tried to fit in that 7th glyph, and this was the 7th glyph that we fit in. On one of my last YouTube videos, someone commented, you gotta get control in your board, and I tried everything I could to fit this in, and we got it. And we actually have it with enough intelligence to get over 100% more damage to crowd control. And as you know, as the bosses are staggered, this crowd control damage is massive. So, oh man, it feels good. This build is absolutely insane, guys. As you saw, you just need to stagger Lilith in the beginning, and then once she is staggered, it's basically impossible not to do enough damage. We've removed the need for Fists of Fate to get lucky. You don't need them. You don't need Penitent Greaves. You don't even need to find uniques now for this build. It is just so strong. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. Let me go over my stats just really quick so you can see all of the stats and compare them. And this is, I'd love to see what other people are able to come up with here. If you're able to do more damage, the creeping death on the amulet was really what absolutely broke this build. Like, Blizzard decided to just give us more than twice the amount of damage that we were doing last season, and as you can see, the fight just became a joke. If you tune into my stream, I'm going to be doing carries on the seasonal realm in case anyone needs to, complete out their season journey and you don't have your Lilith kill. I can help you. We've just been doing free carries on stream for anyone that wants to join. So hop into the stream, subscribe to the channel, and we'll take care of you. This is a very, very strong build in terms of DPS. Now, this is not going to clear your tier 100 Nightmare Dungeons. I posted a video earlier that has the tier 100 Nightmare Dungeon build. Go check that out if that's what you're interested. This is just for Lilith. This is the most damage this build can possibly do. We've hit our limits. Thanks to Blizzard adding in the Wrathful Hearts, we've achieved new heights, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. But if you want to catch that video, check it out. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Later.